All right, you're welcome to this class. In today's class, there is a very crucial topic we need to address again. All right, so today's topic is about the 9 basic steps to monetize your values. The 9 basic steps to monetize your values. This is very crucial in the sense that for everyone to effectively monetize his valuable skills, his valuable expertise, knowledge, experience, and even stories. There are basic steps he or she needs to follow. And these 9 basic steps applies to every forms of valuable skill anyone wants to monetize or make money with. Remember, I have been preaching to you, if that is the right word. Okay, in other words, I have been teaching you on how to make money with your valuable assets, with the gold in your knowledge. All right, basically for 9 to 5 professionals, all right, who wants to make extra or more money with their valuable skills. One of the basic reasons for this is the fact that as a salary dependent, your financial capability, your financial decision making strength is limited. All right, that is a call for making money with your values. That is a call for making a lot more money with your valuable skills so you can get out of this financial insufficiency facing 9 to 5 professionals across Africa. All right, this is very important. And again, I have said this time and again that no matter how huge your salary may be, it can never be enough because there are so many bills to pay, piling up every day, but then your salary remains. Your salary remains the same for a period of time. All right? For a period of time. And so for you to get out of these shackles of paycheck to paycheck kind of rat race, your leverage is on your valuable skills. What do you think you can do extra beside your 9 to 5 commitment that will get you money? That is the only way out. Now I am here before you today trying to open up your eyes to the basic steps you can adopt, you can follow, you can practice to ensure effective value monetization process. And so you have to listen to me throughout this class, all right? So to start with, the first step you need to adopt in this whole process is to identify your core values. Identify your core values. This is very important. Identify your core values, all right? Now I want you to sit down, get your writing pad, all right? Very important, very necessary. Get your writing pad, your notebook, whatever it is that you can write on, all right? Get your writing pad, your pen as well. Begin to take down notes on this valuable topic. Very, very important. So that at the end of the class, you can go back to your notes, begin to reflect on your notes to guide yourself with. Now, first step of the basic 9 steps is identify your core values. Identify your core values. Now, to monetize your values, you first need to identify what they are because you can't make money. In other words, you cannot sell what you don't have. Think about this for a moment. You cannot monetize, you cannot transact in exchange of value with money of what you don't have, of the value you are not holding. Remember, I have told you that there is gold in your hands. There is gold in your value. There is gold in your valuable skills. But if you don't know, how can you monetize? That is why you have to first off identify these core values in you. You have to take some time to reflect on the things that matter most to you in life and the things that drive your passions in life. Reflect on these. And to guide you on this reflection process is to ask yourself a few questions. Ask yourself a few questions. I hope you're writing down all of these things. So ask yourself a few questions. So, question number one to guide you is, what do I stand for? What do I stand for? Because, like I always tell people, to every man he gave talent. In other words, there is no man on this planet that is empty. God gave talent to everybody. So to every man he gave talent, and to every man he gave a space. To every man he gave a space. So the basic thing is for you to realize all of these things, identify your space, and occupy it. Don't leave your space vacant. Don't leave your space empty. All right. What do I stand for? First question. First question to guide you. What do I stand for? Second question is, what do I care about most in this life? What do I stand for? What do I care about most? What are the things I care about? What are the things I spend time for? What are the things I care about most in life? All of these things will open your mind as you write down the answers as they flow in your thoughts. All right. Number three question is, what kind of impact do I want to make in this world? What kind of impact do I want to make in this world? Like I told you, to every man, God gave an assignment. He gave a space, he gave all the needed requirements to act effectively, to perform well in that space. That is what we call destiny, in our religion's circle. All right, what kind of impact do I want to make in this world? Understand all of these things and write them down. All right, write your top values and keep them somewhere that is visible. When you write down all of these, your top values, make sure you paste them somewhere that is visible to you, that you can see all of the time. Even visualize, even when you are not in that space, in that location. Very important. Okay, very, very important, because this will help you stay focused and ensure that your monetization efforts align with what is truly important to you so that you don't deviate. This is one of the weapon, that is used against mankind today. Deviation from their focus, for them to lost focus. Because if you're focused on your course, you are consistent, you are disciplined, you must win. And so, for you to be focused on this, you have to visualize all of these core values of yours all of the time, just to keep you focused on track. Very important. So, number two step of the 9 basic steps on how to effectively monetize your value is develop a valuable skill set. Develop a valuable skill set. This is very important and this is a must. This is very important and this is a must. Now you have known all of these things, what you stand for, what is your passion, what do you want to accomplish in this world, what are your interests, the things that drive you, your passion, and all of these things. So, for you to actualize this kind of life you want to live, you have to develop valuable skill sets. This is very important because this is the set of skill you will use. This is the set of skill you will begin to monetize to ensure the accomplishment of the kind of life, the kind of impact you want to make in this world. Once you have identified your core values, like I said, it is time to develop a skill set that aligns with them. So consider what skills are in demand and how you can use them to create value for others. Now, to do this, you need to guide yourself with a few questions again. Question number one you need to ask yourself is, what skills do I need to develop to monetize my values? What set of skills do I need to develop to monetize my values? When I teach you value monetization, like I always tell you, it takes time. And there are a lot of tools, there are a lot of skills you need in the process to make it effective, to make it live. So you ask yourself now, what skills do I need to develop to monetize my values? Number two question you need to ask yourself is, how can I use my skills to create value for others? How can I use my skill to create value for others? Number three, what kind of training or education do I need to acquire these skill sets? I've said it before, when we talk about the kind of education, specifically, this is referring to specific education. All right, this is referring to specific education. I'm not saying that you should go back to college, go back to the university, enroll for another degree. You have these already in your hand. You have knowledge already. You have stories of the past. You have skills, all right? You have experience, you have expertise that you can begin to monetize. So you start from there. If there's any other skill you need along the line, get it. Go get it. Very important. Go get it. Everything you need to ensure that your value monetization process is live and running, get it. It's a required skill. Get it. It's a required tool. Get it. All right? You have to invest in yourself and take the necessary steps to develop a valuable skill set. This will not only help you monetize your values, but also increase your confidence and self worth. Now, what is this place trying to tell us is the fact that you have to invest in yourself. This is very important. You have to invest in yourself. Along the line, like I said, if there's anything extra you need to get to be confident, to be competent, do not hesitate, to invest in that to ensure that you are competent. Competence will give you a level of confidence. All right. If you know, it will give you a level of confidence to speak up about your set of skills. All right. Your worth, your self worth, set of skills, and monetize effectively. So number three step is to define your niche. Define your niche. This is very important. All right. So at this point, I think I have to ask you a simple question. The question is, I hope you are there with your writing pad. I hope you are there with your writing pad, your pen, taking down all of these steps and the explanation of each of them. Very, very important. Okay, so step number three is define your niche. Define your niche. For instance, like I said in the first instance, I said, to every man, God gave a space. Every man has a space. It's just for you to understand, just for you to be aware of it and occupy your space. Be active in your space. Don't leave your space vacant. Don't leave your space empty. Now, you have to define your niche. This means that which wing do you want to play in? Now, if you look at the setup of football team, every player has a wing he or she is playing on. So your niche is your wing. Where do you want to play in the process of making money with your skills, in the process of monetizing your valuable stories and expertise? Where do you want to occupy in doing that? Which message do you want to be preaching? Which message do you want to be marketing with respect to making money with what you have? Your niche. Your niche is the specific area where you will focus your monetization efforts. Very, very important. It is essential to define your niche clearly to ensure that you are targeting the right audience and creating content that resonates with them. This is very clear. This is very simple because if you don't know where you are, you may not be able to understand the kind of people you should be speaking to, the kind of people you should be marketing to, the kind of people you should be transacting with. Because the basic truth is there is no way you can build a product that will solve all the problems of this world. There's no way you can develop a service that will provide solution to every problem of mankind. So you have to understand the kind of people you want to reach out to with your value to solve problems for. Very important. And that is one of the basic reasons of getting a niche defined. All right. So to do this, you need to guide yourself with a few questions again. So question number one is, what specific area do I want to focus on? What is the specific area I really want to focus on, in monetizing my value, in monetizing my valuable set of skills? This is very important. You have to be focused. All right. Question number two is, who is my target audience? I have said it before. Who will be interested in my product? Who will my service provide solution for? You have to define your target audience. This is a portion of the population that would be interested in whatever it is that you are selling. You have to provide solution with for them. You have to understand this, right? So question number three in this regard is, what kind of content can I create that will resonate with my audience? Can you see that? What kind of content can I create? Now, understand this. When we talk about content creation, let me explain this to you in detail again, or from a different standpoint. As a value monetization strategist, when we talk about content creation in this context, we are not saying that just put up something that lacks value, clarity, and transformation. No, we are talking about creative content. It could be the form of digital product or service that can solve problems for this particular target audience you have been able to identify. What kind of content should I create in line with this that will help them, overcome their pains, that will help them save time, that will help them save money in this context? That is content creation in this regard. You have to understand this. All right. So define your niche and create content that speaks to your target audience. This will help you build a loyal following and increase your chances of success in the process of value monetization. I hope somebody is learning something. I hope you are following. This is very important. It's very important because if you are creating content that is not speaking value, that is not speaking solution, that is not speaking clear transformation, that is the result to your audience will not grow. Your followers will not grow. That is the meaning. And if you don't have any active audience, nobody will buy from you when it comes to the step of making money, when it comes to the point of sale. Because to make money, you have to sell something at the end of it. To make money, you have to sell something at the end of it. That is a transaction where value exchanges hands with money. Do you understand that? So you have to do all of this. When it gets to the point of sale, you can have active and loyal followers that will buy from you. All right. So step number 4 is to create valuable content. This is very important. You have to create valuable content. So valuable content here, we are referring to content with solution, content that saves time, content that help your audience to save money, content that transforms the life of your audience and makes life better for them, that moves them from point A to point B. It should be content with value, content with results, because that is what people pay for. And I told you, people pay with different things and in different ways. They pay with sometimes with their time, pay sometimes with their energy, sometimes with attention, and money. People pay for things in different ways. And that is why I keep telling people nothing is free. Even the free content we upload for you to consume, they are not free. I just have to tell you the truth. They are not free. You're paying one way or the other, and it's okay. It is fine because nothing is free. Because as you're consuming those content, you are learning, you are picking out some things, you are picking part of our brains to better your life in the process of monetizing your value. So it is not out of scope, all right? So that is it. That is it. So in this, like I said, you have to create valuable content, all right? Content is the king when it comes to monetizing your values. Did you hear that? Content is the king when it comes to monetizing your value. Like I told you, create content around your valuable skills with the quality or with the content of value, clarity, and result. That is real transformation. This is the king when it comes to value monetization. Because if you can't create content around your valuable skills, how do you monetize it? Because the process of content creation would speak to your audience that this is what you have, this is the set of skills you have, and this is what you have been able to create out of it that will help them save time, that will help them save money, that will help them get out of their pains, that will help them to make their lives better one way or the other. So if you can't create content around this, how would you monetize your value? All right. So you need to create content that resonates with your audience and provide value to them. So to do this, you need to ask yourself again a few questions to guide yourself. I hope you're paying attention. I keep telling you in some of my content that always search for the code. Always search for the code. If you can get the code, that is where your breakthrough lies. The code, the clear code that resonates with your person, that is your breakthrough key out of this financial insufficiency that is plaguing, you know, 9 to 5 professionals across Africa. All right, search for the code. So ask yourself these few questions to guide you in the creation of valuable content. Question number 1 is, what kind of content can I create that will provide value to my audience? This is very important. So again, we talked about defining your niche. So based on your niche, you should be able to come up with content idea that suits your target audience, that resonates with the kind of people you're targeting. All right. So what kind of content can I create that will provide value to my audience? This is important question you need to answer yourself on your writing pad with your pen right now. All right. So number 2 is, how can I create content that showcases my expertise and builds trust with my audience. Here's another importance aspect of it again. Excuse me. Yeah, teaching is noble. Do you understand that? Teaching is noble. A very wonderful profession that even AI cannot take away. AI cannot take away teaching. So teaching is noble. Even the AI itself needs teachers, you know, to make it effective. So um, the question is, how can I create content that showcases my expertise and builds trust with my audience? This is very important because, like I said, you have to create content around your expertise. Don't just wake up and begin to copy people. Speak from what you know. It makes it easy. It makes it easier. Speak from what you know. Speak from your own space. Don't try to copy people. Just be yourself. Speak from your own space with your own gadgets, with your own equipment. Start from there. All right? Speak from your own space around your expertise, around your stories, from your knowledge. It makes it easier for you to flow. All right? And so you can direct, you know, your content towards your target audience. All right, so very important. So, what platforms can I use to distribute my content and reach my target audience? This is another key question you need to ask yourself again when it comes to creating valuable content around your expertise. What platform do I need to use? There are a whole lot of platforms right now that people hang around in. So now you have been able to identify the group of people you want to be speaking to. Now ask yourself, where do they hang around most? Is it Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and so on? LinkedIn. Find out where you can locate them. They use that platform to distribute your content all of the time to reach out to them. This is very important. Okay, very important. So create valuable content that showcases your expertise and provide value to your audience. Use platforms like social media that I've talked about, blogging, you know, video creation to distribute your content and reach your target audience. This is very important. So identify the platform they are in most of the time and target them through that platform. All right. So step number 5 is build your personal brand. Build your personal brand. This is another key benefit again when it comes to the creation of content in the process of monetizing your value. As you are doing all of these things day in, day out, you are actually creating a brand for yourself in the process. Because over time, that voice becomes your voice. Over time, that set of content, that pattern of speaking, that pattern of teaching, that pattern of content creation becomes your own. Because there is nobody on earth can do it exactly the way you're doing it. That is one thing you should understand, and that is why I told you. To every man, God gave talent. To every man, God gave his space. To every man, of course, he gave time. From time to time. We call lifespan. Don't let your own be empty. Be active within your time, within your space, with your talent. Very important. Let all of these things sit in your skull. Let them sink into your mind. Run with them. Run with them. All right? Very important. Run with them. Let your eyes be opened as a result of all of these things and begin right after this class. Begin right after this class. Do you think you have time? There is no time. Most especially you who is a 9 to 5er, you don't have time. It's like you don't know the engagement you have signed. 9 to 5 contract? You don't know. Because most of your valuable time is focused on that 9 to 5 engagement. Then at the time you will be laid off, that you can no longer be engaged again as a result of age. And at that time, you are going home with nothing, with little or nothing to spend the rest of your life with. Is that a kind of life you want to live after now? That is why value monetization is your leverage out of that restriction, out of that cage. Do you understand? You have a lot of values in you. You have a lot of valuable expertise and skills in you that you can actually use to make life beyond the scope of 9 to 5 salary. So, what are you waiting for? Build your personal brand. Step number 5. Step number 5. Your personal brand is essential to monetizing your values. It is what sets you apart from others and helps you build a loyal following. Now ask yourself these questions again to guide you. Take note of all of these questions of each step because these are the questions that will open your eyes to see what you should do, to implement that step as you progress. All right? Ask yourself, what makes me a unique person? What makes me a unique person? Like I told you, there is nobody on this surface that will do it, that will do that same thing exactly the way you're doing it. So you are unique. Understand that spot, that your unique spot. Understand it and run with it. It could be your trade secret. Understand it, build on it. That is your strength. Build on it. So, what makes me unique? Answer that question sincerely with yourself. Number 2, what kind of image do I want to project? We're talking about brand now. How would you want people to perceive you? How would you want people to see you? What kind of image do you want to project? Ask yourself that question. All right. So, number 3 is how can I build a consistent brand that showcases my values and expertise? Consistent brand. In other words, when you show up, you're speaking the same thing. When you show up, your message is the same. When you show up, you're providing same solution, to same set of audience. Though there is a room for improvement, expansion, and growth, but your core message is the same across board. Understand all of these things for the sake of consistency. All right, that is it. So now build your personal brand by creating consistent image, tone, message that showcases your values and expertise. Use social media, branding, marketing to build your personal brand and attract opportunities. Now, another benefit of this whole thing is it will get to a point. Let me tell you something. You don't have to be discouraged. Like I told you, start from somewhere. Start from somewhere. Start with what you have first. Begin to create valuable content. Even if your camera is not clear, your audio is not clear, provided your content, the content of your content, the quality of your content is valuable. Over time, people will come around you. People will begin to connect with you. And as you grow in that direction, it will get to a point you will be obvious. The world will spotlight you. That is where the opportunities will begin to come. There are a whole lot of benefits on this journey, but the starting point is difficult, full of so many imperfections. And I've told you, don't focus on all of that. They are distractions that will get you drifted, of course. So focus to get to a point, you'll be open to so many opportunities that you'll be amazed. Be amazed. I will get you amazed. I will get you amazed. You understand? Like I told you, teaching is noble. My God. All right. So step number 6 is network and build relationships. This is where you network and build relationships. Very important. Networking and building relationships are crucial to monetizing your values. All right. You need to connect with people who share your values and are interested in what you have to offer. This is another key to the whole process. So, in this, you need to ask yourself another set of questions. So, question number 1 is, who can I connect with that shares my value? Look around you, people of like mind, see how you can connect and collaborate with them. There are a whole lot of benefits from that kind of network or networking system. All right. So, number 2 is, how can I build relationships with people in my industry? For instance, Jimmy, that is my name, of course. Like I told you, I am a value monetization strategist. I teach 9 to 5 professionals basically how to make a whole lot of money, that is monetizing their valuable skills without quitting their 9 to 5 job at first. All right. Using that whole process as a leverage out of the shackles of 9 to 5 restrictions faces um, 9 to 5 professionals. All right. So, if in this regard, when I want to do this, I look around people who talk about knowledge monetization, in other words, the knowledge industry, knowledge monetization industry, collaborate with them, network with them, see how I can tap from their own resources and share mine with them as well. And then we grow together. That is how you network and build relationships around or within your industry. Okay, so number 3 questions in this step is, what kind of events or communities can I participate in to meet like-minded people? This is very important. Meeting point. Where do they hang around? Like-minded people, where can I find them? Make sure you are there. Just like you, single person, you said you are looking for a life partner, and yet you don't come out of your house. How do you connect with people? Huh? How do you connect? How do you find your life partner? So you know the kind of person you want in life. So you go to where those set of people can be found, and then you connect, you network, you establish relationship, you build from there. That is how things work. I hope I'm opening your eyes. I know it. I know it. All right. I know it. I know it. And so, if you have not been following me, if you have not subscribed, please do so and give a thumbs up, even as we continue with step number 7. Step number 7. So, step number 7 is develop a monetization strategy. This is very important. You have to develop a monetization strategy. I keep telling people, search for the code, search for the code, search for the code. Very important. Everything, even in the same, even in the same niche, cannot work exactly the same way. So search for that Strategy that suits your time, your energy, and your space, your message, your expertise. Search for the code. Once you've built your personal brand and network, it is time to develop a monetization strategy. So, to do this effectively, you also need to ask yourself a few questions. So, one of them is, what kind of products or services can I offer that align with my values? This is very key. This is very key. This is very key. You can't be speaking about something and offering something differently. Do you understand? You can't talk about something and offering something different. There has to be an alignment between what you're talking about, between your message and the value you're providing, the products that your value is packaged in that you want to provide. I've talked about packaging. I don't want to digress. It's a whole lot of course, and it's very important to monetize your value. Packaging is 80% of it. Because there's a way you package this pen, it will become an irresistible offer. So packaging is a whole lot of, it's a whole course on its own, which I have also developed. All right, so ask yourself. Question number two is, how can I price my products or services competitively? And again, I have also spoken about this. Putting a price tag to your value, to your product, to your service. Don't just look at how bulky the time it will take to consume that product. No, look at the result, the transformation it has, the kind of solution, the kind of feelings it brings before your audience, before the consumer. Do you understand? So, if a product of just one page can provide a solution worth of $1 million, then put a price to it in accordance with that. Don't say because it is a one pager, it's just a one code. So, no, let your price reflect or depend on the value, the transformation, the result it has. All right. So, that is that. So, our number three question is, what kind of marketing and sales strategy can I use to promote my products or my services? This is very simple because I have said this again and again. All right, I have said this again and again. If you can't be the voice of your product, if you cannot be the voice of your service will not live to see the light of sales. Because your service, your product, in its own, it's not a living thing. So you have to make it a living product. You have to make it a living service by speaking up, by showing up for it, by speaking up for it all of the time across your platforms. You know, across your platforms. Wherever you show up, talk about your product, talk about your service, speak about your message. Like me, anytime I show up, I tell you value monetization. I speak to you on that you have the gold in your hands already, but hidden in the valuable set of skills you have. What you need is just to package those skills together, package those ideas together, and begin to monetize. That is the leverage you have as an African to get out of this financial insufficiency. I don't know if I am speaking to someone. I don't know if you're getting what I'm saying exactly. I pray your eyes be open. All right? Great. So, that is it. So, you have to develop monetization strategy that aligns with your values and target audience. Now, in this point, you have to consider offering products or services, affiliate marketing, or sponsored content. Sometimes you promote your content, sometimes you promote your page, you promote your space or your spaces. Do a promo, to increase your reach. There's no offense in that. Do you understand? So we move on because of time. I think we've taken longer time than it should be. But then, what I'm here for before you is valuable. So time is not it shouldn't be a concern at this point. Okay. So step number 8. Excuse me. Yeah. So step number 8. Step number 8 is create and sell digital products. Take note of this. Create and sell digital products. All right. Create and sell digital products from your skill set, from your knowledge. Digital products are excellent way to monetize your values. You can create products that showcase your expertise and provide value to your audience. Very important. Create digital products, ebooks, templates, you know, formats to follow. Create them from your set of skills for your target audience. To do this effectively, you need to ask yourself again set of questions. Three set of questions. So question number 1 is, what kind of digital products can I create that will provide value for my audience? Don't forget about that word, value. Don't just package things that are not valuable before people. Fine, they will buy from you at first, but you won't see them again. I speak to you from experience. You won't see them again. And for you to remain in business, there must be continuous sales of your products and services. If not, you'll be out of business with time, because sales is the sustenance of any business continuity, because you need money to fuel the operational activities of that business, and this will be achieved through revenue driven in by sales. Do you understand? Create valuable products. Create valuable products. Products with value, clarity, and transformation. Understand? Create such products. So, how can I create digital products that showcase my expertise? Create around your expertise. Don't copy people. Don't copy what people are doing. Yes, there is a place for you to copy, but don't showcase exactly the same thing they are doing. You are you. You can't be me, and I can't be you. Exactly. Even the two identical twins can never be the same in characters and in everything. So just be you. Let your products showcase your expertise. All right. So that is it. Um, so what platform can I use to sell my digital products? There are different platforms you can use across Africa. You can use Seller, you can use different platforms. You can even drive sales if you want to use the route of WhatsApp. So there are different ways to do that. Okay. So create and sell digital products that showcase your expertise and provide value to your audience. All right. Very simple, like I told you. So finally, we want to look at step number 9. Step number 9. Step number 9 is saying that you should offer services. We've talked about how you can create digital products. Now we're talking about the offering of services from your expertise. Offering services is another way to monetize your values. You can offer services that showcase your expertise and provide values for your clients. Provide value for your clients. All right. And to do this effectively, again, you need to ask yourself these few questions. So, question number one is um, is what kind of services can I offer that align with my values? Align with my values. Don't create, of course, you can't create outside of what you know. Like I've said time and again, that if you look around you, there is no man who is making money, there's no man who is living well, who is doing that outside of the scope of his knowledge, outside of the scope of his skills, of his expertise, because you can't sell what you don't have. You cannot monetize what you do not understand. All right. So you have to create from your values, from your core values, that we talked about in step one. So, how can I price my services competitively? The same thing I told you of during product pricing. What value does your product brings before your target audience? What transformation does your product has before your target audience? What feelings? How does it save them time and money? Let all of those things guide you in putting a price to your service or services. All right. What kind of marketing and sales strategy can I use to promote my services? The same thing that you would use in promoting your products. Use the same thing for your services. All right. Offer services that showcase your expertise and provide value to your clients through different platforms. It's as simple as this. It's as simple as this. All right. So this is wonderful. We have talked about the 9 basic steps of value monetization. All right. We've talked about all of them. I don't know if you have any question, you have any comments, any addition. So I want you to drop it in the comment section. I'll pick it up from there and then work with it, come back to you. All right. Don't forget again, the topic is 9 basic steps to monetize your values. And again, just a quick recap. We talked about how you can identify your core values, build from there, develop a valuable skill set. That's step number two. Then step number three, we talked about how you can define your niche, occupy your space, act within that space, be perfect over time, and become an expert in that region. All right. And again, step number four was on the point of creating valuable content, which is very important. When you're creating content, it should be valuable, providing solutions before your target audience within your set of skills, within your expertise, within your knowledge. In fact, don't try to copy people and begin to be full of mistakes and content that lacks values. All right. Step number five is build your personal brand, which is very key. Is a byproduct of the whole process with a lot of benefits. In fact, lifetime benefits. All right. So number six, we talked about network and build relationships. Very important. Step number seven is on develop and monetize. Is on develop and monetization strategy. Very key. Step number eight, we talked about create and sell digital products. And then finally, step number nine, we just discussed about how you can offer services. All right, either offline and online. Very, very key. So again, I ask you any question. I ask you any contribution, any addition. If there is, do not hesitate to use the comment section. Again, my name is Akbarudejimi, value monetization strategist. All right, I've written so many books. Yeah, written so many books that I'm also selling. to help you basically 9 to 5 experts, 9 to 5 professionals to guide you out of this limitation when it comes to financial capacity or capability. All right. So that is it. See you again. Thank you for your time. All right. Thank you.